La Republique du Cameroon's Colonial PM is set to visit the Midland zone of Ambazonia. Now, this visit, his third since assuming office in 2019 and first since October 6, 2021, comes as the colonial government claims to launch construction on a new urban road project in Bamenda tomorrow. Now, this coincides with the seventh steering committee meeting of the PPRD. While official narratives claim the zone is negotiating the bend to economic recovery, these infrequent appearances, after years of unjustified absence, is widely seen just as is not seen as a genuine commitment, but as a strategically timed maneuver to pacify discontent and burnish their government's image, particularly ahead of anticipated national political contests. And so our report this evening on this Dion Ngute's move is to examine superphysical gestures against a backdrop of enduring suffering. So for a decade, the urban landscape of Bamenda has been synonymous with decay. Residents have navigated a city center plagued by crafted roads, a direct consequence of years of underinvestment exacerbated by a brutal war. Colonial Prime Minister Joseph Dion Ngute is set to arrive, not with a comprehensive plan for peace, but to ceremonially break ground on a mere 6.5-kilometer urban bypass. This gesture, according to critics, is a calculated attempt to project an image of normalcy where none exists, carefully orchestrating to project responsiveness. The neighboring government's statement frames this belated construction, arriving weeks after minimal compensation was paid for destroyed properties, as a welcome relief. Yet, for a population accustomed to hardship, this is seen as an insult. The so-called Presidential Plan for Reconstruction and Development, or PPRD, under which this project falls, has been active for years. Its track record, however, points to piecemeal intervention rather than systemic recovery. While a small stretch of the road is addressed, vast swaths of the zone remains cut off, and essential services are critically under-resourced. Such select investments are often perceived as tactical, aimed at demonstrating actively where deeper problems persist. Dion Ngute's agenda includes chairing the PPRD's 7th Steering Committee meeting on Friday, July 4, 2025. Their discussions will touch on other road projects, including sections of the 364-kilometer Bamenda Ring Road, an initiative supported by the French Debt Relief Fund. What remains unaddressed are the thousands still displaced, the countless livelihood decimated, and the persistent insecurity that renders any meaningful economic revival impossible. These limited high-profile engagements risk being seen as voter-gathering exercises rather than commitment to holistic national development. Education and access to clean water, fundamental human rights, also feature on the committee's agenda. Plans for a handful of new schools and solar-powered water points are being presented. These isolated additions, however, are a drop in the ocean compared to the wholesale destruction of infrastructure and the profound disruption of daily life for an entire generation of children. The government's slogan to build back better ring hollow when the fundamental security and stability required for true constructions are absent. So while the BS regime highlights scattered achievements, the construction of a market and way stalls in the Baligisan, or a single bridge linking Mile 3 and Mile 4, these isolated successes cannot obscure the widespread devastation. The people of Bamenda, and indeed the entire Amazonian community, are not seeking superphysical fixes or carefully timed gestures. They demand their freedom from a war that has defined their existence for nearly a decade. While these core issues are confronted, every foundation stone laid, every ribbon cut will remain in the eyes of many an empty promise designed to serve political ends rather than the needs of the populace.